Shout out to the Galactic family. I need every chosen vessel to hit that like button right here and right now. Everybody like, share, and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. This is a DrewTube special. You're not going to want to miss this one. Let's go. All right. People better be able to hear the seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years you put into your dream. You know we about to talk about it. Let's do it. All right. When you have something that you want to be great at, people need to be able to hear the seconds, the minutes, and the hours and the days that you and the years that you put into your dream. All right. Especially if you've been working on it and you haven't got there yet. Don't worry about that. You know, you see people with the overnight success. Seems like it's just so easy for everybody else. I just created this and I created that, and somebody was standing outside my house and just by the stroke of luck, it would just happen to be the CEO of the company. I just finished creating. They heard me upstairs. They heard it through the window. I came downstairs. I was just like, who am I going to show this great, amazing project to? And the CEO was right there. And it's just, before I could even walk down the steps, before I even touched the last step, y'all, they had a check with my name on it. I signed it, all right, and that was that. And that's how I became successful. They discovered me. They discovered me right in front of my house. Did you know that I was discovered right in front of my house? It was that easy. I just decided I'm going to be this. I started working on it, and then somebody was right there outside my house. As soon as I decided to become successful, there they were, and it was just so easy for me. It was so easy for me to become successful. And anybody could do it. That's how they have you feeling sometimes, all right? That's how they have you feeling sometimes. You be like, what? So you telling me you just woke up one day and said, I'm gonna be this, and decided to be it, and then before your foot could even hit the last step, the person was right there, congratulating you on your success and telling you about to be everything, and you about to do a lot of good things. You know what? A lot of people may have some conspiracies behind something like that, but that's a whole nother video. But for the sake of this video, we all know it doesn't work like that. And if it does, I wouldn't sign that dotted line if I was you. I wouldn't sign that dotted line if I was you. All right, I wouldn't do it. You seen what happened to little baby in them. If you don't want no hugs from nobody, I wouldn't sign that. If you don't want no involuntary hugs, don't do it. All right. So people better be able to hear the seconds, minutes, and hours, and days, and weeks, and months, and years you put into your dream. When you put a lot of time into something that you want to do, and you don't take shortcuts, people notice that. People can hear that. All right. Your success won't be microwaved. Your success won't be microwaved. A lot of people came out. They was hot. They was hit. They was lit. What happened to them? It happened so fast. They felt that it went up so fast, went down so fast. Hey, what happened to so and so? Ain't nobody singing their song no more. Ain't nobody. Man, what I'm learning about people and their success, whatever type of success you get, you better wrap it up tight, get your, grasp it up, firmly grasp it. All right, remember Patrick when they was jellyfishing? You better firmly grasp your success out here, because whatever little bit of success you get, you don't know if that was it. Island boys out here hooking up with each other. You feel me? You don't know. They should have island boy and took that money and did something with it, so that way they wouldn't have to hook up with each other. You know what I'm saying? They could have hooked up with a business, or hooked up a connection, or they could have made some hookups, so that way they wouldn't have to. They wouldn't have to have done that. So, take advantage of the success that God gives you when He gives it to you, because you don't know how long that thing is going to be. So whether you actually, whether you have fame like MJ, or you have fame like a Jay-Z or Beyonce, or whether you only have 5 minutes. You may just only have 5 minutes. Hey, how y'all doing? cut off. That may be your only time to shine. You might want to do something with the residuals from that. You might want to do something with the income from that. All right. But people better be able to hear all the time you put into your dream. That's why you don't want to be a microwave success. That was just a little interlude, a little prelude to why you don't want to be you don't want to be microwave success. Look at Lil Pump, still somewhat relevant, but he went from Lil Pump to Lil Chunk. Okay, he done went from Lil Pump to Lil Chunk. All right, and then some might even say Lil Punk. Got, you know what I'm saying? He done altered his style up, you know. I'm not gonna say how he did it because you're not gonna do that to my channel. But he done altered his style up. You know, he got fancy. He's one of the fanciest pop stars out here. All right, Lil Pump, you know, little blonde pink braids, dreads, you know, you little blonde pink dreads, and everything else. You know, he's fancy, fancified. Okay, fancified, porkified. Okay, he's fancified. Okay, that is a fancy. He's a fancy star. Lil Pump is a fancy star, y'all. He's fancy. Okay, there ain't no shame in it. Ain't no way around it. That's a fancy man. He's fancy. Yo, if you want to be if you want to be fancy, be fancy. You got Drake out here trying to copy Sauce Walker, out here looking like Thugnificent with the little pink tutu clips in his hair. You know, Sauce going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Leave the sauce to the sauciers. Okay, leave the sauce to the sauce the saucers. Okay, leave the sauce to the saucers. All right, a saucer is fly. Okay, Sauce Walker and all them TSF, they fly. All right, if you're not a saucer, if you're not of the galactic family, okay, and this is the first time y'all heard this. Okay, a saucer. All right, we fly. Okay, sauce, you got the sauce, you fly. Saucer, spaceship, galactic family, we fly. Because what do we be in most of the time? A saucer, because we fly. All right, shout out to the galactic family because we fly like a saucer because we got that sauce. All right, so people better be able to hear that sauce when you working on your goal, when you working on a dream. They better be able to hear that sauce. They better be able to. Okay, I like that. They better be able to look at what you're doing and be like, oh, okay, I like that. You don't want your success to happen so fast because when it happens so fast, people not gonna remember you. Like people may not remember you. You don't know what type of success you're gonna get when it happens immediately, when it happens quick. So what you're gonna want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you have longevity, and with longevity comes originality. If you want to have longevity with your career, with your craft, with whatever you're successful at, you're going to want to be known as somebody that's great at it. You're going to want to be known as somebody that knows what they're doing, somebody that is the best at, even if it's one thing, whether it's you got the best batting average or you're the best catcher. You may not be the best baseball player overall, but you may be the best hitter, you may be the best catcher, you may be the best outfieldman, the best left, whatever. All right, if I watch sports, I could tell you, but I'm more into other things, spiritual things. So, but if you, my thing is music. So, if you say you make a song or whatever, if your song is the best, say I'm into music. I like watching. I like the artists, and what the new artists that come out. That's what I pay attention to. Like people may pay attention to the new athletes. I'll pay attention to the person who drops a new song. Like Ice Spice, a lot of her music is cool. I like her music. She's cool. So when you put a lot of time and effort, and I'm not saying she did this. Don't come after me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she put a lot of time into her manifestation. If you go watch her, she talks about manifesting, and she always knew that she was going to be successful and things like that. She put a lot of time, seconds, minutes, hours into her dream. She may not have actually put it into her dream as far as skill wise, but I'm not judging. But she put it in as far as mentally, and that's just as good. because whether you have the skill or not, you have to have the mental aspect. That's why people who are garbage can make it. Okay, that's why the Bible says God is no respecter of persons. You can be garbage and still make it. But the thing is, you may not be as prevalent in your field. All right, you may not be as respected or remembered if that's what you're going for. All right, but if you want people to respect you and what you do, if you want people to look at what you're doing as something that is as going to stand the test of time, as something that people are going to love, as something that the whole world is going to enjoy. Okay, we're talking about worldwide success here. All right, Mr. Worldwide, Miss Worldwide. Okay, for the ladies, we talking about worldwide success. So if you want worldwide success, people better be able to hear the seconds, minutes, and hours, and days, and weeks, and months, and years you put into your dream. We're talking about time and effort. When you don't feel like doing it, you still do it. When you don't do it, you're thinking about doing it. When you're doing it, you're thinking about doing it. When you at work, you're thinking about doing it. When you before you go to sleep, you're thinking about doing it. When you wake up, it's the first thing you want to do before your feet touch the floor. After you say your prayers and thank God for waking up in the morning, you want to go run and do that. It should be something that you're constantly asking God to get better at, something that you're constantly asking God to improve at. Because if you want the type of recognition like a Van Gogh, like a Michael Jackson, like a Jay-Z, like a Beyonce, like a Kanye, you got to be able to put a certain amount of time and effort into your skill, so that way you could develop it. All right, if you want to be Timberland, if you want to be Michael Jordan, if you want to be LeBron James, if you want to be Serena Williams, if you want to be Brett Favre, all right, if you want to be Tony Hawk, shout out to Tony Hawk, man. Shout out to Rodney Mullen, all right, flipping the board with his feet and all that. That was my favorite trick on Tony Hawk, man. Shout out to everybody who played Pro Skater and Tony Hawk, on PlayStation and everything. You know, those are some of my favorite games. If you want to be great at what you do, Tony Hawk been skating since he was a kid. Tony Hawk was skateboarding since he was a kid. He's still skating, y'all. The man, it's what he loves to do. He did not give it up because he said, you know what? I want to be a skater. I'm gonna skate, and he been skating since he was a kid. He was confident in himself since he was a kid. Shout out to Rob Dyrdek, all right, the guy that was on Fantasy Factory with Rob and Big. He was successful since he was a kid. He believed in himself. He knew that once I hop on this skateboard, once I take my behind on this skateboard, I'm gonna do something with it. You're not gonna tell me I'm not gonna do some tricks that's gonna get me some sponsors with this skateboard. See, back in the day when it was Tony Hawk, Rob Dyrdek, all those guys, and like anywhere from like the 80s to like the 90s and the early 2000s, those dudes, it was all about sponsorship. As far as you being a skater, you wanted to be a professional skater, and you wanted to be sponsored by a shoe company. You wanted a shoe company. You wanted DC. You wanted you wanted Etnies. Okay, oh my God, man, I'm taking it back. You wanted Etnies, you wanted DC shoes, you wanted Luck, you wanted what's some of the Osiris, okay? Osiris, man. You wanted the Osiris shoes, man. You wanted those, all right, because that's what the skaters wore, and that's what was cool during that time period. So if you could become a skater, and you know, man, I'm finna get me some most, man, my style's impeccable. Okay, you're gonna want some. Shout out to everybody who love themselves, because you should love being you. I love being me. I just had to say that. I love being me. You should love being you. All right. Shout out to everybody who knew about those shoes. All right. If you were a skater, you wanted to be the best skater you could be so you could get a sponsor. So it was about putting in time and effort and practicing those tricks, because you had to land certain tricks. You had to make certain crowds go ooh ah, so that the judges will give you the best score, so that way the sponsors will sponsor you. And the only way you get sponsored is because you put enough time and effort into your skill. All right, if you want to be a professional skater, you got to go outside, you got to skate, you got to face your fear of the half pipe. All right, you gotta face your fear of doing an ollie, a grind. You gotta learn. You gotta practice all these tricks. You gotta be on that skateboard 24/7 and doing everything that you could possibly do, so you could retain all these tricks and learn all these tricks. So that way, it's second nature. When you're on the board, it's basically just like walking. It's like riding a bike. Some people can work a skateboard like they ride a bike. If you don't know who Rondy Mullen is, go look up Rondy Mullen. This man didn't even ride the skateboard. He was just doing tricks on with the board and the wheels. All right, he would sit the board up on two wheels and flip the board on two wheels. Rodney Mullen would sit the board up on two wheels and do a wheel flip. They call it. They got a heel flip. He invented the wheel flip. So he you want to be able to do whatever you want to do with your goal, with your skill. You want to be that nice to where you get named after things. You want to be that nice at what you do to where you get named after things because you're so tight in that niche. You're so tight with your niche that you're creating stuff. They're naming stuff after you because you're an innovator. All right, that's the difference between people who create, people who copy other people who do what other people are doing. They're not innovators. All right, people who are innovators are somebody who can go in a genre, go in a style, go in a particular career, and turn it on its head, flip it upside down. Okay, everybody skateboard, but they ain't gonna do it like me. Everybody play football, but they ain't gonna do it like me. Everybody cut hair, they ain't gonna do it like me. Everybody make clothes, they ain't gonna do it like me. All right, and that's how you gotta attack what it is you want to do. But you want to be that confident. It gives you confidence when you know what you're doing. That's why you want to be. They make fun of nerds, man. It's unfortunate. Everybody should want to be a nerd at something. You don't gotta be like you don't gotta be like Urkel to be. Sorry about that, y'all. You don't gotta be like Urkel, okay? To be. I took acting class in high school. All right, it's my time to shine. You don't gotta be like Urkel, or you don't have to be a nerd. You don't have to have glasses, suspenders. You don't gotta look corny to be a nerd at something. All right, nerds rule the world. You should want to be a nerd at something. Whether you're a nerd at something, like you could be a nerd at cool stuff. All right, you don't have to be wearing glasses, carrying textbooks, not being able to breathe out your nostrils. Getting beat up. You don't have to. They paint a bad picture on people who want to be intelligent. They paint a bad picture on intelligence overall. Didn't I say what did I say about TV the other day? See, that's why I keep making videos about TV and I'm not gonna stop because they're programming you the wrong way. You should want to be a nerd at something. You should want to be a nerd at something so that way you could be successful at it. You can make money at it. Nerds stands for a person earning real dough. Okay, that's what the abbreviation I made for nerd. And a person, you know, any person earning real dough. Any person earning real dough. That's what nerd stands for. Any person earning real dough. So you should want to be a nerd at something so that way you can earn some real dough. Nerds are out here earning real dough. Bill Gates, nerd. Elon Musk, nerd. Pharrell Williams, nerd. All right. Jay-Z, nerd. All right. He may be cool, but he had to learn finance. He had to learn business. He had to learn business etiquette. You're sitting in rooms with people. All right. If you want them to bring you back, if you want them to respect your business savviness, your business intelligence, you got to act a certain way when you get into those rooms. All right. And we're not talking about taking any offers that you can't refuse. All right. We're not talking about no dirty doors over here. Okay. But we're talking about business. We're talking about business. All right. 50 Cent style business. Okay. All right. That's why we honor people like 50 Cent, Master P. All right. 50 Cent, he does business in a way to where it's like he gives you an offer you can't refuse. 50 Cent and Master P, they took their deals, they took the money from their deals and they flipped it, made more money, paid the record company back, and didn't even have to use the money that they were given from their advance money. That's a real business person. That's somebody who put seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months into what they were trying to do. All right, you have to learn so that that way you can earn. You have to put that time in creatively, financially, intellectually. It takes a lot to become successful. You have to be good at something. You have to be smart in business so you don't get taken advantage of. It's a lot, and you should want to do that because you want to become financially free. And if you already have money, you should pay people to do the things that you don't love to do, so that way you can do the things you love to do, and that way you can save time on your life. That's what people who make money do. People who make money, say you like doing something, right? Whatever, you'll do the creative part. You'll pay somebody else to do everything else, if that's what you like to do. If you don't want to learn business, pay somebody, get a financial advisor. All right, there's always a way around getting done what you need to get done. But people like me, I want to be able. I want to have my hand in every aspect of what I'm doing. Even if I don't know everything, I want to know enough to know that you're doing what I need you to do correctly. So that way I know I'm not getting taken advantage of. And everybody should know enough to not be taken advantage of. All right, you should. That's why groups that have done music were done dirty, because nobody read the contract. All right, you gotta be able to read contracts. Why would you sign something that you don't know how to read? They gas people up with money. They put money on the table. They got girls in the room. They got your car outside. All right, they got your hotel suite. They got your little mansion that you don't own waiting for you. Okay, it's about the size, just a little bit bigger than a actual house. Because it's something that they could take back and not worry about it. All right, so you want to have your hand in it, so that way you got your residuals in check. All right, you got your finances in check. All right, what they say, woo-ha, get it in check. All right, woo-ha, get it in check. So you wanna be able to put a lot of time in your goal, in your dream, so that way people know that's somebody that takes that serious. When people look at what you do, they're like, okay, I want him, I want her. People look at your braids, people look at your haircuts, how you do nails. People look at your style. They're like, you know what? I want her to be my beautician. I want her. She does hair better than anybody I've ever seen. That's how people end up getting hired for like $1,000 jobs, because you do the job like nobody else. Like, what's the point of being a barber if your goal is not to get $1,000 a client? You should be able to find a client that'll pay you $1,000 a haircut. All right, you have to be able to use your mind to be able to see things as possible for yourself. However much money you want to make, you can make it, but you have to be skilled and confident and believe in yourself. That's why I say people should be able to hear all the time that you're putting into what you want to do, because when people can hear when people can hear the amount of time you put into what you're doing, when people can see the amount of time that you've put into it, like, oh, this person's been paying for a while, this person knows what they're doing. When people are confident in what you're doing because they can see you're confident in it, the money is different. You get paid real money. All right, people take you seriously. It becomes a career for you. People spread that your name gets put out there. People are spreading the word. Yo, this person does good business. She does phenomenal jobs. You have to get her for your designer. You have to get her for your clothes. You have to get her to do your hair. You have to get him to cut your hair. People are always looking for the person who does the best job. So that's why you want to be that person, because you'll stand out. You don't have to compete with anybody. You just have to be the best at it is that what you do. That's why I say be an innovator. Everybody is out here doing the same thing as everybody else. All right. But people don't remember everybody who played basketball like they do Shaq, like they do Michael Jordan, like they do God rest the late great Kobe Bryant, like they do all the greats that are in their professions. Muhammad Ali, um, Tiger Woods, everybody that's great, Michael Jackson, everybody that's great gets remembered because they put the amount of time into it to get the amount of love back. When you put the amount of time in what it is you want to do, it's a certain amount of love that comes with that, because you reached a certain level of greatness, and it's a certain level of respect that comes with that. So if you want people to take you serious with what you do, you take it serious too. So that way people will see that you're not playing around with your craft, with your career, with what you want to be successful at. And that way people will be able to hear the seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years you put into your dream. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. This has been another DrewTube special. Shout out to every chosen vessel. And I want to give a special shout out to the Galactic family, all right? Because we fly like a saucer out here. All right, we saucing it up. We fly like a saucer out here. So I'd like to thank everybody. Hit that like button, that share button, if you care button. Had to take it back. And don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I'll see everybody in the next video. Peace. DrewTube out.